Picture this. You are about to start a 10-hour print. You've got your model ready, everything is sliced up, and your printer is heating up. You're just about to hit that print button and leave your house, thinking that this print will wait for you in the printer when you get back home at the end of the day. But then it hits you. Do I actually have enough filament to finish this model? That used to be me every single time. Then I found this 2-in-1 spool holder that changed the way I print. Stick around to see the reason. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eliran, and today I want to show you an awesome tool I found that completely improved my printing process, and that is a digital spool rack from Creality that scales your filament so you can know exactly how much filament you have left on your spool. And yes, it's a real lifesaver. So before we dive into this amazing little thing, a small disclaimer. This is not a paid promotion video. I did not get this item for free, although I wish I had. And nobody from Creality told me to make this video for them or offered me anything in return. Although again, I wish they would. I bought this digital spool rack out of Amazon, and I will leave a non-affiliated link down in the description below if you want to buy one for yourself as well. So this means in the next few minutes, you are about to watch a completely unbiased review of my experience with this item. I will tell you the good things, the bad things, and everything in between, so let's get this thing going. Let's start from the most basic question. Why do we even need that? So the answer is pretty simple. Currently, there is no valid tool that allows me to track filament as I am printing more and more models. Trust me, I've looked all over the internet for it. I even asked my good old pal ChatGPT, and even that couldn't find me an answer. By the way, if you do have a way to track your filament, let me know down in the comments. I am dying to know. So before I bought this tool, in order to keep track of everything, I opened the Google Sheet and started to manually write down every single print I've made with every single filament. And while it did help me keep track of my filament, well, it was daunting. Just think of it. All it takes is one time that you forget to write down the print that you made, and then you live in fear for the rest of the spool. And let's be real for a second. If a print failed, how would I know the amount of wasted filament that you need to take into account? It was just too much, and we are in 2025. So yeah, I needed a better solution. And that's how I found this, a digital spool rack that functions both as a spool holder and as a spool weight. Lately, I'm really into adding all of these mods into my Creality K1 Max, and more of that in an upcoming video. So I printed a cool and slim side spool holder. This allows me to place the filament on the side of my 3D printer and not on the back where I can't see what's going on. And it is super easy to use. You just load the spool, the rack automatically detects the weight, and then you're good to go. I love how simple and clean the interface is. No more guessing, no more spreadsheets, just real-time filament information right there on the screen. The manual says that it needs only 2 hours to charge in full, but let's be honest, I've been using that for a few weeks now, and so far the battery is holding up without a single charge. Okay, so yeah, it sounds great, but what are the downsides? So far, I've only found one downside to it. Well, 1.5. The main issue here is that even though there should be a memory thing over there that remembers the last time you measured with it, it doesn't work. Basically, every time you press on it to turn it on, the scale resets back to 0. This can and needs to be improved. The way that I get around it is just by holding the spool, turning it on, and then dropping the spool back down to see the weight. But you need to remember that it weighs the filament and the spool. You can always take down 150 grams of the weight that it shows, which is the average weight of the spool itself. But shouldn't there be an easier way to fix it? Now, the reason why I said there's only 1.5 downside to it is because of the rear shape of the weight. If you want to place it on the regular place of the spool holder on the back of the K1 Max, be my guest. But then it's not that accessible. I will note here that if you do want to print a cool mod to your printer to place this on the side or on the top of your printer, you really need to be aware of the fit for the spool holder since it does not fit for certain models out there. But again, if you want to place it on the designated spot, that shouldn't be a problem. And I've also found a mod that fits it perfectly. So that's why this whole fitting thing is just a half downside for me. So the bottom line is it worth it? My answer here is absolutely, without a doubt, 100% yes. I had a problem. I had no idea how much filament I left. And that gave me a solution. Here's the amount of filament you have left. And for all of us in the 3D printing community, we are problem solvers. So this is definitely something I really love. Now, what about the cons? Well, I can definitely live with them. Measuring the weight every single time might be a bit of a hustle, I know, but after a print or two, you kind of get used to that really fast. And as far as the filament holder, I found a cool model on printables.com that I will share in the description box below that holds up this digital weight on the side of my printer without any issue. So yeah, I love this digital weight. I'm really interested for those of you who have reached this point of the video. What do you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments. Should you get one for yourselves? Or even, do you have a better way to track your filament? Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and I will see you on the next video.